What's going on, world? Back with another review. Today I'm going to be talking about a horror thriller classic that pretty much the main general public all know about and have seen. It's it's The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. So it was made by Warner Brothers. No surprise there. Stanley Kubrick worked for them for quite a while, putting out a lot of his efforts to them. And if you don't know who Stanley Kubrick's director, by the way, writer director of this film. It's based on a Stephen King novel, but he changed quite a bit to the point where Stephen King hated the film. So I think after this, he in his contracts now, whenever they make a film, he either has to make a cameo and he has to approve the scripts of it because they messed it up a bit in the 80s and stuff. But yeah, so anyway, Stanley Kubrick written and directed this. If you don't know who he is, he did other classics like 2001: Space Odyssey, which I have a review for. And he's also done like A Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, and a whole pile of other ones that I am planning to review in the future. So make sure you subscribe for that if you want to hear my opinions on some of his other work. But yeah, so back to The Shining. Well, this film was released May 23rd, 1980. And it stars Jack Nicholson and the chick who plays Popeye in the live action film. But this one, she plays like a distraught mother. But the whole point of this film is about this like family. There's a writer, Jack Nicholson's character, and he gets a job offer to go look after a hotel up in the mountains, secluded, due to off-season months when they're closed. So he talks his wife into going up there. So they go up, him and his wife and his son, and they meet like the owners of the hotel, and they learn that there's like a lot of tragic past. Like the previous guy, like killed his family and stuff like that. So basically, they get like, okay, that's a little weird, and then the one main lobby manager is talking to the son and realizes that his son has what they call the Shining, which is like it's almost like a sensory, like they can see like dead people. It's almost like the Sixth Sense almost, and you can see dead people. You can sense problems and stuff, and then he also apparently has something talking to him in his mouth. So yeah, just that weird little twist, and then basically through the whole film, the boy sees like problems, and Jack Nicholson's character goes mad while he's there, and then goes crazy and tries to kill his family. This might get spoiled if you haven't seen it. If you really care, everyone's pretty much seen this movie though, so just so you know. But anyways, so he goes mad, goes on a rampage, and this is where like a lot of like the clever, most copied lines are. Like he breaking in the door and saying, "Here's Johnny." That's like where this came from. There's a lot of weird scenes in this that make no sense because Stanley Kubrick took like an artistic approach to this, and he made it his own, which is good. I like that. And it's always weird and off kilter a bit and stuff. So like you see like a guy in a dog costume, looks like someone in a dog costume, looks like he's like giving the guy a blowjob, no, Major D a blowjob. And so in the room, you see a girl, which Jack Nicholson's just like seems to like fall in love with, starts making out, and then turns out to be a rotting old lady and stuff. It was actually a pretty creepy scene. It's probably the creepiest scene in the whole film. But yeah, this film is like a study by film students a lot because also a lot of people think there's a lot of hidden meanings in there. There's a whole documentary on all the similarities to when the U.S. first did the moon landing, how it could have been faked, and Stanley Kubrick could have been the director for it. He was that good of a director. They'd probably do it. That's all urban legend and conspiracies, though, so nothing's been proven. But there's a lot of good shots, artistic views, and overall, it's a really good film. It is a little slow in some scenes, which is a little bit disappointing sometimes, but overall, it's a good ride. It's like watching someone go mad. Not as bad as Joker, but for the time it came out, I'm pretty sure it was crazy. And yeah, it's a must watch in my book. Like, it's way up there. It's one of the best films ever created. I consider this more of a thriller than a horror film. It's borderline horror with like some twins, all the blood. There's only one kill, so if you're in it, want to see a huge kill count, you're gonna be disappointed. It's not really a slasher film. It's more like psychological, mental evaluation, basically. So yeah, that's a little rough description of Shining. If you've never heard of it, I'll link the trailer down below if you want to check that out. I'll try to find the classic one to link down below. But yeah, and yeah, so basically, I'd rate this a 5 out of 5. It's perfect, basically. Um, it apparently it's nothing like the book. I haven't actually read the book, so that's something I still have to get to. Then I'll do a comparison later on in the future. Who knows? But yeah. Also, so yeah, it's 5 out of 5. Um, link the channel down below, and I'll also link my Instagram down below because I usually put clips of films on my review in the future up there, and half the time I don't put the titles up there, so you're gonna have to guess which ones. But yeah, so make sure you follow me there so you can see what's coming up in the future, and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this if you like The Shining like this. If you like hearing my opinions on stuff, like it. Comment down below if you've seen this, what you thought of it, or if you think Stanley Kubrick shot the moon landing. And if you have other Stephen King films or horror films or thrillers that you want me to review, make sure you comment those down below. And yeah, so yeah, that's Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. And if you just remember, one of your family members picks up an axe, starts smacking down the door, leave them. Don't chase after them.